Hello everyone, welcome back to Black Moon Coven. So today I have a special treat for you guys. I got inspired by my friend Jen the Taxidermy Witch, and if you are watching Jen, this video is for you. So recently she made a whole tarot deck for her subscribers for Tarot-thon, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And in the video before that, she actually gave you a tutorial of how to make your own tarot, oracle decks, whatever, and oh my god, I got so inspired. First of all, I'm not the best artist. Like drawing wise, painting wise, I suck. Alright, I'm not the best artist. I can do other things, but in that regard, I am not that great. So she suggested to grab a book and then do kind of a collage oracle deck. And I got so inspired by this that I went out and I actually did it. So this is not the finished result by any means, but I just wanted to show you guys how to do it and what I've come up with so far. So the first thing you're going to want to do is grab a book that you're going to cut up, a magazine, book, whatever you wish. Now, she suggested, Jen, thank you again so much, to go to the clearance rack at the bookstore. And that is where I found this. Oh my god, it was like a sign. I had to make a oracle deck based on like horror movies and just different stuff, and I just had to do it. So I bought this little book for like $1. Kind of sucks I had to rip it up, you know, cut it up, rip it up. Now it's completely like not usable, but I did make a pretty awesome oracle deck. So either way, I paid $1 for it, destroyed a book, but it's all in a good faith. So next thing you're going to want to do is pick your cardstock. So Michaels didn't have like a really thick cardstock I was looking for, but then when I started to work with the cards, you actually don't need a super thick one. You kind of need one that's like a business card type of thickness, I would have to say, like a poster board type of thickness. Does that make sense? If I show you to the camera, it's gonna look like a piece of paper. Anyways, so I picked this one with a nice glossy black finish on it. And it has almost these little grooves and things. So I picked this one because I thought this is going to be perfect. This is going to be so perfect. So after you've picked your paper and you have your book that you're going to cut it out with, you have to pick a structure for your oracle cards. Now, as many of you know, and if you don't know, I do have a video about the difference between oracle cards and tarot, but oracle cards don't follow a structure. They're not like the tarot. The tarot follows a structure with this many cards and they mean this and this and this. The oracle cards are freebase. They kind of go all over the place. They have, you know, as little as 8 cards to 48 cards to more, whatever. They could be circle shaped, they could be triangle, they could be literally whatever you want them to be, and that's why oracle cards are kind of inspiring to me more now. I've been an avid tarot reader for a long time, and I have multiple tarot decks. I only have one oracle deck, and it's still kind of a mystery to me how to read it and stuff. But this one, I feel like I'm going to use my own so much more. So you develop a structure. Now, this was a pretty difficult thing to do because I was like, how am I going to go about this? What do I need in an oracle deck? Like, what cards do I need to make this work? So this is what I did, and I'm kind of proud of myself. I developed this structure based on bone throwing technique, bone throwing structure. So it's kind of interesting, but I'm building my own bone throwing set. And this is the same structure that I'm going to use when my set is complete of 14 bones, and I made 14 oracle cards to represent that. So as we go through them, I'm going to kind of show you guys what the structure kind of entails. So it's based on the bone throwing method structure. So here we go. Let me just show you these cards. So again, these cards are not finished. I just want to show you guys what I did here, how I did them, and all that stuff. These cards are not finished. I did not laminate them yet, but just want to show them off. So the first card that I picked is the Devil. Okay, so I picked out a picture of, Vlad Dracula, and then I stenciled the word devil underneath it. Now, again, I use stencils and things because I'm horrible at, drawing, painting, doing all that stuff, writing really nicely, horrible at it. So I picked up stencils as well from Michael's and some red paint to make it look kind of like blood. So here is the Devil. Now the Devil in this Oracle deck is going to represent the male form. So in every bone throwing set, there's a male and a female form. So the Devil is going to represent the male form. Now the female form is, of course, the witch. So I found this really creepy old picture in there about the Bell Witch, so I had to write it in there. Now, the wording on the bottom is not going to be center, it's not going to be perfect. This is a handmade Oracle deck. So just so you guys know. Now the next one is Love, or the Heart, because you need that in like every tarot Oracle deck. So this is the Heart, and it's actually Siamese twins, skeleton of the Siamese twins that are kind of cut into a heart shape. So the next one is Control, and that's kind of like the Chariot in tarot. So you have control. You're kind of in control of your life and in control of your emotions. And we have this cute little alien doing this like hypnosis on us. And the next one is Power, which is similar to Strength in the tarot. So I found this little kitty cat, this little Halloween cat, and it has power underneath. So it's similar to the card Strength. Hermit is my loner, and this card is actually a merfolk picture. So it's actually from the mermaid page, and I found it was really cool, really interesting, because you don't see men depicted as merfolk. So I thought that was really cool. So I named him the Loner. And the next one is, of course, Fortune. So fortune, abundance, and there's a bunch of skulls kind of stacked up on top of each other. I thought that was really good for fortune. So this next one I kind of had trouble deciding on what to do, but it's supposed to be the indecision card, the hanged man type of card. So instead of that, I did Split. And I found this perfect image in that book of this like creepy looking doll thing. And it's supposed to represent like the two different sides. So if you have a decision that you're trying to make and you're going two different ways about it, that's kind of what this card is supposed to represent, the split. So the next one is Death, of course, and it represents change. So on top we have a skull, and if you look closely, it's a lady kind of getting ready at her vanity. So it's like this optical illusion, and this one means change, death card in the tarot. So the next one is Balance, and I love this card. You guys recognize those twins? They're from The Shining, and it means balance. So they're the same twins, Balance. I just thought that was so cute. This card is Slave. So it's kind of like the devil in the tarot. Like you were enslaved by this decision, this person, this whatever. And it just has a picture of a skull. I didn't really find any pictures that correlate to them. So some of them don't really match up with the words, but I still like it either way. The next one is Chaos. And I picked this house, which is the Bell Witch house. And chaos kind of represents the tower. That's kind of why I picked the house, but also that Bell Witch house represents the center of the chaotic thing to do with the Bell Witch. So that's kind of why I chose that. So this one is called Other. And this card is supposed to represent like the divine order, the divine, the spiritual self. And it has just a picture of a UFO captured on camera. So it's just called Other. And the last one is Hope or Faith. And we just have a death moth on top of that. So it's just to represent hope. So, like I said, the cards are definitely not finished. I still have to laminate them and all of that. But I really love how they kind of came out. They're super cool, and I cannot wait to start using them. So if you follow me on Pagan and Witches Amino, definitely you're gonna see me use these oracle cards more and more often now. Now I know there's only 14 cards, and that may seem like pretty minimal, but you have everything that you need right here to give you your answers. So what I did to make these cards, I didn't kind of really go into depth there. So I cut out the picture and then I glued it with a little bit of Mod Podge. And if you don't know what Mod Podge is, it's like this glue sealant type of thing. It's my first time working with it. Like I said, I'm not really into paper crafts or drawing or anything like that, so I had to ask around, and Mod Podge is the way to go. So I glued it with some Mod Podge, and then I took some red paint and a stencil, and I stenciled in the words. And then I went over the paint because it didn't really catch on this paper. It kind of looked too thin. So I went over with paint and I just dripped the paint into the stencil to make it really like thick, you know, with the paint, to make it look like blood, make it look really bloody. And it has this like raised surface if you glide your finger against it. So now, what are you gonna do with these? I'm going to laminate them. I don't have a laminating machine, but a cheap way to do that is to get packing tape, and then you're just going to tape it on both sides and then cut the tape around. You can use a sealant. I don't want to because I'm afraid of them kind of sticking together and all that stuff. So I worked really hard on these cards, and I hope you guys like them. By the way, I used my old Oracle deck to cut out each card. So I traced 14 cards using that old Oracle deck onto the paper, and there you go. I only had to use about 5 sheets to get it, and I still have a lot left over because I thought I was going to be making this crazy big deck, but it turns out that you don't even need that many cards to create an Oracle deck. So I hope you guys liked this video, this little tutorial on how to make your own Oracle cards. Please check out Jen the Taxidermy Witch's video on Oracle cards and her Tarot-thon video. The tarot deck she made was amazing. I'm included in her tarot deck, so check out my card as well. I know it's pretty late on Tarot-thon, but check out her video because it is awesome. So, hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and I will probably go more in depth about my my bone set once it's more complete, you know. Once it's more complete and once I have everything that I need, I will go in depth about bone throwing and things like that. So, join the coven and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and check out all my social media at the bottom there. And yeah, until next time, have a lovely day, and I will see you guys.